Hello guys and welcome back to Between the Ropes TV. Now, it's nearly Christmas, but the news is still coming in the boxing world, and today, or I should say late last night, the WBA have ordered Oleksandr Usyk to fight regular heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois as a mandatory. Now, obviously a lot of thoughts sort of come to mind at this. Obviously number one, for me, it is the WBA's turn. In all fairness, you trace back the chronological timeline, and their mandatory was last imposed in September 2018 when Povetkin fought Anthony Joshua. So you follow that through. Obviously, then the IBF went December 2020 with Pulev, and the WBO obviously September 2021 when Usyk fought Joshua again. So it is their turn in this, obviously the WBC at the minute, obviously held by Fury, so it's separate. So it is their turn. So in that respect, it's fair. But obviously, it's a deliberate or definite break on this undisputed fight. And multiple sources are claiming that the fight's close. Even the fighters' camps themselves, obviously Igor Klimas, Frank Warren, Tyson Fury, everybody involved is saying the fight's there. We had all that pantomime after Fury Chisora a couple of weeks ago. So you start to think we're finally going to get to see it. The IBF throw in the spanner of Filip Hrgovic as their mandatory, which, in fairness, wait behind the WBA. But I just worry, are we ever going to get an undisputed fight at heavyweight? Because we had time, didn't we? We had the Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. That felt like it went on for years of negotiations, arguments, and then it wasn't happening, then it was, and it wasn't. And now I just worry, have we missed the boat? Obviously, Tyson Fury also said that he wouldn't be fighting for an IBF title after how they treated him, obviously, post his win over Vladimir Klitschko when they stripped him very, very quickly. But we also know Fury loves a contradiction, so you just never know. I would like to see an undisputed champion, and now there's two mandatories potentially in the way, so I don't think we're going to see it. So to me, if I was Usyk and Fury, nobody can really argue they're the top two in the division. Throw the belts away, and all of them as well, because let's be honest, the winner will go and fight the new champions and get them all anyway. So I would just throw them away and get the fight made, and even title it the best versus the best, and no bullshit. Or you couldn't put that, but that needs to be the feel for this fight, because I feel for Usyk and Tyson Fury, what other fights get made, it's going to be disappointing. Fury's just experienced it with Chisora, and he got slagged off a little bit, and he still did the ticket sales in all fairness to them, or it seemed to, but ultimately it wasn't the one we wanted. And I do feel that both are now in that position where if it doesn't happen, either would possibly get away with fighting Joe Joyce after his recent form, but it's the fight we want to see. My last point on this, guys, is Daniel Dubois. Anyone who's watched his channel for a while knows I'm not the biggest Daniel Dubois fan, but I just don't get how you can go from fighting Joe Joyce, which genuine contender, but he lost comfortably. There was didn't really show too much in that fight. Joe Joyce handled him very well. He's then fought a Joe Cusimano, an American taxi driver, Bogdan Dinu, obviously Trevor Bryan, and then obviously that absolute saga against Kevin Lorraine, the man who didn't want to win a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just worried. I know the rankings are there, but for me, it just shows that rankings can be bought, because how are we in a position where we're saying those four opponents qualify you to fight Oleksandr Usyk for a world title? I personally, as a boxing fan, I just think that's a terrible, terrible message to be sending out. He needs to go and fight some proper names. And I realise it's with a different organisation, but then you've got Joe Joyce still going to have to wait for his shot, who, since beating Dubois, has beaten a Carlos Takam, Joseph Parker. Neither of those guys were... Sorry, Dubois hasn't fought anywhere of those level of even a Carlos Takam. So I just think it's poor from the WBA that their ratings are so consistently just wrong. There's no other reason for it, no other wording for it. I'm not happy about it. But guys, let us know in the comment section, will we ever see an undisputed fight? And also, does Daniel Dubois even deserve to be in this position? Or, in fairness, has Frank Warren played a blinder? Let us know in the comment section and hit the like and subscribe buttons.